Good evening from Onda by Scarpetta, here aboard the brand new Norwegian Encore. It is day 3 of our journey from Southampton to New York, and I decided to try this one. I actually made a reservation for tomorrow by accident, but fortunately it was no problem. There are plenty of tables. It's essentially a walk-on. There actually is a reason for that, nothing to do with the restaurant. So here I am seated and ready for some good food. I've heard good places about this Scarpetta organization, and I think I've eaten at one of them in New York. It would have been a while ago. I don't really remember. I don't, maybe that's not good. Anyway, so they've already started bringing things, so let's get moving. Well, as usual, we are starting out with a pre-dinner cocktail. This is the San Remo. It is Elijah Craig Bourbon with Campari, Carpano Antica Vermouth, elderflower liqueur, orange, lemon, and lime juice. Yeah, sorry about the ship is still moving around. All right, let's give this beauty a try. Well, trying the San Remo.
Yeah, because I remember casting off, because I'm not really, I didn't look for champagne really, but I got interested in it just this year.
So it took me a while to think about what to say about the San Remo. It's a very good cocktail. I think I should have ordered something else. I will, but put it this way, I should have ordered something else first. It's good, but all of the citrus is very heavy on the palate, and my concern is that if the rest of the courses are lighter in flavor, that this is going to kind of overshadow them. But I'm sure it won't be a huge problem. I'm going to find out in a few minutes. Is it something I would order again? Oh, absolutely. But just not right before dinner. How's that? Here at Onda, they do have a dinner bread service, which was delivered very promptly. And this brings, I believe, she said, Stromboli, white bread, and something else. Maybe I'll ask. The dipping sauces, or spreadables, is olive oil, a mixture of eggplant and tomato, and then some regular butter. All right. I am going to start with the eggplant and tomato on the white bread. I want to really try this mixture on its own. That is excellent. The tomato and eggplant, I think, are lightly cooked, perhaps even just blanched a little bit. The tomato flavor is a real tomato flavor without being like overbearing, like, sun-dried or whatever. And the eggplant is just sort of hiding in the background. It lets you know it's there. The texture is great. It's soft. It's sort of cold, if that matters. But it's really good. I do like this a lot. So I'm going to have some more of this, and then we're going to try a couple of the other things. Okay, I lied. I'm just going to try the olive oil real quick. Oh, wow. That's good. I'm going to ask if there's something infused in that olive oil, because it's not just olive oil. It's also a very, very light oil, which is a very pleasant surprise. Usually, when they serve something like this, it's kind of a regular olive oil. But this is definitely a pleasant surprise. I was not expecting that. I'm going to find out if there is an infusion. Since the olive oil was such a wonderful surprise, I decided to go ahead and try the butter. I don't know, I'm kind of scared. How good could this be? Let's find out. Oh. Ay, 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 that is good butter. This is definitely infused with thyme because there's a little sprig in there. But wow, that is good butter. And I don't know if I've ever actually said that before, but wow. Okay. I'll be back in a little bit because I am going to thoroughly enjoy this bread. Wow, these are really good. So far the food, well, the bread, let me say, if the food is as good as the bread, this is going to be awesome. Confirmed. The olive oil is infused with citrus and an herb blend, which explains why it is so good. Wow. Now, for a bread service to be this good, everything else has to be, like, blow you away. Amazing. There's an odd note about the venue. Looking around, it's not really decorated. There are some architectural elements, and you can tell there were definite selections in the materials and the lighting, but it's all very basic. There's no artwork, there's no sculptures, there's nothing really extra other than the room itself. And I think this has to do with this notion that they don't want distractions, meaning they want the food to stand out. I remember one of these commentators, chefs, I don't know, saying something like that. But it is kind of striking how simple the venue is. I took the liberty of ordering 2 appetizers. This one here is the short ribs. That's it. And it is served with a vegetable farro risotto. It's a little bit of a close-up with some Parmesan shaved on top. They brought me a replacement knife, presumably for the short ribs, which had me a little bit worried, but no. They just come apart with the fork. No effort. So, let's give the short rib a try. Well, that's good. We have to try the risotto also. The short ribs are cooked brilliantly. They've been braised for a while. The meat is super tender. It just comes apart with the fork and the knife. I'm not even going to touch it. It's moist, chews very well, very flavorful, but not overpowering, which is a good thing. The risotto is very hearty. It's more like, it's more on the ricey side, I'll say. It's a vegetable risotto, and the vegetableness really comes out. It's not like the thick, cheesy risotto that you'll normally get. So I think it's a very nice change for that, and that vegetableness actually pairs very well with the short rib. So this is a great dish so far. So I am going to finish it. So far, thoughts on the short rib is, wow, really good. This could survive as an entree on its own. The short ribs with the risotto, and I totally get where they were going with the vegetable risotto. It makes the perfect combination. This really was like a mini entree. So if you are looking for something that's like a complete meal that's not very big, this is the thing for you. I mean, you have to like enjoy meat, but who doesn't? So yeah, I'm definitely enjoying this one. So I'm going to finish this up, then we'll move on to the yellowtail. Next up is the yellowtail crudo, which is prepared with olio di zenzero and pickled red onions. I can tell you my concern over the San Remo was not really founded. It is a very hearty drink. It is very bitter. So I guess if you have a delicate palate, you might want to consider that, but it hasn't been a problem for me. But I'm about to try the yellowtail, and now I am thinking I maybe should have had this first, since I am betting it is going to be a much lighter profile than the short one. So it's fine. You know, we're going to enjoy it no matter what, I'm sure. So here we go, trying the yellowtail here at Onda. Yes, definitely much lighter than the short ribs. Very flavorful with, again, without being overpowering on anything. I mean, you can tell it's a good yellowtail. There's no fishiness or anything like that. It's cut beautifully, it's presented beautifully, and so far, it's also a great dish. So, I'm gonna put you down and enjoy this, and we'll be back for our first mid-meal break run. Mid-enjoyment update on the yellowtail. There was something about it that was, it had a pop to it, and I couldn't figure out what it was. I thought it was just some extra ingredient that I didn't know what it was. Turns out, the red onion is so delicately chopped that each of the teeny little bits still have that pop of an onion and that just hint of crunchiness when they like release all that flavor. Wow. Okay, that is good, and that takes some skill. So yeah, that is impressive. Is this good? I would absolutely order this again anytime. Wow. Definitely get this and the short ribs. They've both been amazing. For our mid-meal break, I ordered a Palermo Old Fashioned, which is made with Woodford rye, oh boy, Nomino Amaro, and vanilla bean simple syrup. Oh boy, does that sound good. I'll just tell you about the Palermo Old Fashioned right now. I'm going to have to put it on the other side of the table because it is so smooth and drinkable. I would just chug the whole thing. Yeah, wow. And the ingredients, it seems so simple. Why hasn't anyone thought of this before? That vanilla bean simple syrup, brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And I guess it's kind of dangerous. I was just thinking about how this experience here at Onda is very different from Hugh, Texas Smokehouse. You know, Hugh, Texas, you know, I mean, it's a barbecue joint, so you get like literally pounds of food and piles of sides. And the experience here has so far been a very carefully and delicately crafted culinary experience with presentation and flavors for you to slowly enjoy. Until this was delivered. This is the veal chop Milanese. Yes, it is that big. And there's my hand for comparison. Oh boy. Well, anyway, it is the veal chop Milanese, and it brings herb breadcrumbs, arugula, tomatoes, and red onions. Oh boy. Well, I guess I have to eat it all. The veal Milanese. Okay, first, it's not as large as it seems. I mean, it is large, but it's also a very thin cut of meat. So it's not like, you know, a 2-inch steak or anything like that. However, with the breading and everything, which is very light and perfectly prepared, by the way, it is on the heavier side, but very important. That's why it brings the salad and even the lemon. So for a dish like this, to fully enjoy the experience, you really should eat the veal and the salad together, because the greens, of course, but more importantly, the acidity in the dressing cut through the heaviness of the veal and the breading to create that perfect mix of deliciousness swirling around. So that's the secret to really enjoying this dish, and that's what I've been doing it, and it's turning out great. It makes the veal not so heavy, and you get the full flavor complement with every bite. So that's my recommendation. If you have a better way to do it, let us know, and well, I don't know, maybe you'll have a better idea. Still enjoying my veal Milanese, but I do want to make one little correction. I don't think it's a thin cut of meat. By far, most likely, it was pounded into a thin cut of meat, right? So just to be clear, you know, probably don't need to point that out 1,000 times. Although if you want to, please go ahead. Comments are always welcome. Oh boy, was that good. Not as difficult to finish as it might appear, because as I noted, it is a thin, pounded thin cut of meat, and with the breading and the salad, like every bite is just has this nice, even deliciousness to it, and I managed to finish almost all of it. I'm not going to scrape the breading off the bowl. How's that? So, it's time for dessert, so I think that menu is going to be coming soon. I actually have no idea what is on the dessert menu, because they usually don't keep them up at the podium, so you have to wait until you experience the dinner before you see the dessert menu. So, I'm going to get that, take a look at it, and then make my choice, and see if they keep batting 1,000. I think so. I mean, at this point, it would have to be literally a cup of Jello and an overripe banana for it to be bad. Here is the dessert menu at Onda, and this is a little bit difficult. I don't know. Mostly because, well, for whatever reason, I'm not a huge fan of most Italian desserts. They just really don't do anything for me. Like tiramisu, never liked it. Panna cotta, I mean, it's good, but I would never go out of my way to get it. Chocolate cake just seems so pedestrian. Cheesecake, white peach sorbet. I don't know, that just sounds weird. So I think we're going to be left with the butterscotch budino. So yeah, that looks pretty good. I think we made our choice. Let's go with it. I figured I should complete the specialty cocktail trifecta here at Onda with the Negroni Mediterraneo. It's a gin with Negroni and some other things, which I don't remember. The server took the menu, and I'm not going to go to the trouble of getting it back because I'm having such a good time sitting here and enjoying my meal. So I guess we'll all just have to live with a little mystery in our life. Though I can confidently say it does have watermelon. Finishing off our wonderful evening here at Onda is the butterscotch budino, which is salted caramel chocolate biscotti with chocolate gelato. I think I made the right choice. The butterscotch budino, perfect end to a perfect meal, really. Every component of this can be served separately and stand out on its own. Even the biscotti is good. It's nice and crumbly. Usually biscotti are like, I don't know, it's like chewing on velvet toast. But this great texture. And the rest of the dessert, the custard, the gelato, the salted caramel. Oh, so good, so good. I 100% for sure made the right choice, and I am so much enjoying it. See? Good choices have payoff. Alright, I am going to finish this up, and then I'll be back with maybe some final thoughts. Oh yeah, I'm going to be back with final thoughts. Yeah, for sure. And that concludes my most excellent dinner at Onda by Scarpetta, here aboard the brand new Norwegian Encore. Highly recommend this restaurant. Most of the courses are light, very edible, beautiful, subtle, well-composed flavors. Every dish I had was magnificently prepared, beautifully presented. Staff was wonderful, and I would love to go back again. So, I hope you enjoyed this one. I don't know what's next. I still have 2 credits on my dining plan. I think I'm going to go to Los Lobos because I have been there on another ship, but I didn't do a review, so I think that's new enough. Yeah, I hope you join me for that one, and whichever one the mystery credit ends up going to. So, having said that, I will see you next time, and I still realize I don't have an outro, and I never did.